Welcome to update number 7 for the monthly dividends portfolio. Looking at the week, we are down $2.03 with a return of negative 2.75%. Just checking in on this portfolio day to day, this portfolio is extremely sensitive to the overall market. I think mostly because of the real estate sector and SPHD. Basically SPHD, if the S&P 500 goes down, SPHD is going to go down. And real estate has been extremely sensitive since this whole pandemic has started, so I'm okay with that. I have the risk tolerance to be able to deal with that, but it is something I'm noticing. This portfolio is pretty much matching what the market's doing. If the market's down, the portfolio is going to be down. Now with the compounding of the monthly dividends in this portfolio, I think over time we might be able to get ahead of that. We'll have to see. Obviously it's only update number 7, but we'll see how everything goes. Now, since we last talked, I have not changed any allocations or target percentages. I have not added anything to the portfolio. We've just been letting it do its thing. We got one dividend from Prospect Capital. There's quite a few more coming in at the end of this month, so next week we'll have quite a few more dividends. But like I said in last week's update, we are above June easily. In fact, I would say we're probably going to almost triple what we did in June, so kind of cool to see it moving that quickly. All we're doing is depositing $50 every week. Really not a whole lot of effort here. I mean, it's only month 2, but as you can see, dividends getting paid should be increasing more and more every single month. Now these are the numbers from last week. Our income was $19. Our dividend growth was only 2.6%. Looking at this week, we increased our income by $2 and the dividend growth has increased by 0.2%. Now I mentioned I wanted to see if we could get this to 3%. I think I know how I'm going to do it. We're going to increase SPHD's percentage up to 30, so I'm going to do that now. So we're going to bring that up 3%. Real estate is a little bit heavy, so I might make an adjustment with LTC here and maybe bring down realty income 1%, and we'll bring SLG down. So that'll be where we get the 3% from. We'll go ahead and save that. And we'll see how that turns into for next week. So with those changes, SPHD will be about 30%, and it should increase the growth maybe to 3% per year. If I can get it to that, that'll be something I'm happy with, so we'll stick with that. I would like the dividend of this portfolio to be about 5%. We'll have to see how everything pans out and recovers over the next several months, maybe even a couple of years, but I'm going to do everything I can to keep this yield around 5%. That's a pretty high yield portfolio, but with the kind of companies we have in here, I think that should be the target. Otherwise, it's not really worth doing all this with the monthly dividend companies, but we'll see how it pans out. It's going to be difficult to keep all that balanced while being somewhat diversified, but that is kind of the fun project of this portfolio. Now, I do want to mention a lot of news has been coming out about bonds not doing what they typically do, mostly due to the Fed basically throwing money into the economy. Especially right now, tech stocks are crushing bonds. Obviously, they typically crush bonds anyways, but they're almost safer in a sense because they're increasing in value, and on top of that, they're yielding more. So we'll see if I hold on to these bonds for the long term. I'm going to give it a little bit more time, but we might actually end up selling out of these and just sticking to equity companies. Kind of just throwing that out there right now. We'll see what actually happens. For people that have been following, you know I like to change my mind quite a bit, but just wanted to mention that real quick. But like always, we had 14 buys for the week. I just kind of let M1 Finance do its thing. If you guys want to see the entire pie, I will be sharing the link, an updated one, in the description. But yeah, that about covers it for this week. This is just kind of a side small project. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want me to talk about something in next week's update, definitely let me know. We can always go through some of these companies here if you are curious about what they do. But yeah, that wraps up the video. I will see you guys next time.